Hidden far from the public eye, powerful new weapons are being designed to redefine the future of warfare. These technologies are not just advancements. They threaten to rewrite the very rules of conflict. Inside secret facilities, engineers and strategists race to build systems capable of reshaping global power. And today, the world edges closer to a new era shaped by machines, algorithms, and unseen forces. Unlike traditional weapons, the new generation of AI systems can make decisions without waiting for human approval. These intelligent machines scan battlefields faster than any commander in history, predicting enemy movements in real time. Their calculations leave no room for hesitation, turning milliseconds into life or death advantages. But if such systems malfunction or go rogue, the consequences could spiral beyond human control. Hypersonic missiles travel at blinding speeds, crossing entire continents in minutes. Their velocity bends the rules of defense, overwhelming radar systems before they can react. Distance, once a shield for nations, becomes meaningless in a hypersonic world. And with each new test, the global balance grows increasingly fragile. Ghost drones vanish into the sky, gliding through airspace without leaving a detectable signature. They map terrain, track movements, and operate silently for days at a time. Even advanced radar struggles to register them, turning the sky into an invisible battlefield. And when they strike, their presence is known only by the destruction left behind. Electromagnetic pulse weapons promise devastation without a single explosion. In a heartbeat, they can shut down communication networks, disable power grids, and blind entire armies. A modern military without electronics becomes instantly vulnerable, cut off from its own command. In a war of circuits and signals, a single pulse can decide the fate of a nation. Robotic infantry units now move with a precision that mimics human instinct. They enter toxic zones, withstand heavy fire, and continue advancing where human soldiers cannot. Built to be fearless, tireless, and perfectly obedient, they redefine what it means to fight. Yet their existence forces humanity to confront a deeper question: what happens when machines become the warriors of tomorrow? In the silent cold of space, specialized satellites orbit Earth with astonishing capabilities. They can disrupt enemy communication, blind surveillance systems, and even disable rival satellites. Space, once a frontier of exploration, is becoming a battlefield with no sound and no warning. Whoever controls orbit may soon control the world below. Biological precision weapons target specific genetic traits, altering warfare at its most fundamental level. They can disable forces without leveling cities or harming civilians. Scientists warn that such accuracy brings new ethical dilemmas unlike anything before. Crossing this line may lead humanity into a type of conflict that cannot be undone. Swarm drones operate like a single, evolving organism, communicating instantly and overwhelming defenses with sheer numbers. They adapt in real time, adjusting tactics faster than human commanders can respond. A single swarm can neutralize a secure facility in minutes. And with each technological leap, they become smarter, faster, and far more dangerous. As nations stockpile these groundbreaking weapons, the boundary between defense and destruction becomes razor-thin. The future of conflict is no longer defined by human soldiers alone, but by silent machines and autonomous systems. These tools promise unmatched power, but at costs humanity may not be prepared for. And as this new era approaches, one question remains: who will truly control the wars of tomorrow? The people who built these weapons, or the weapons themselves? The race for technological dominance accelerates as nations pour billions into projects the public will never hear about. Engineers work through the night, creating systems powerful enough to influence the outcome of future wars before they even begin. Every breakthrough promises an edge, yet every edge brings the world closer to instability. And as rival nations catch up, secrecy becomes both a weapon and a weakness. Deep underground, next-generation lasers capable of cutting through armored vehicles in seconds are being tested. These beams operate at the speed of light, offering almost instant elimination of airborne threats. Their silence makes them even more unsettling, striking without the thunder of traditional weapons. For military planners, control of the sky may soon depend on light rather than steel. Meanwhile, cyber weapons evolve into silent armies that live inside enemy networks. They wait patiently, unnoticed for months, until a single command unleashes chaos across power grids and communication lines. These digital soldiers need no fuel, no pilots, no bases, just a connection. In a world run by information, the first strike may occur without a single shot fired. Beneath the oceans, unmanned submarines prowl deeper than any human could survive. They navigate silently, gathering intelligence and planting devices that could reshape naval warfare. Their autonomy makes them unpredictable, a constant unseen threat lurking in the dark. And as more nations deploy them, the oceans become crowded with ghosts no sonar can fully trace. New armor technology transforms infantry into nearly unstoppable units. Smart suits adjust to impact, regulate body temperature, and enhance movement with powered exoskeletons. A single soldier gains the strength of a team, blurring the line between human and machine. But as enhancement becomes standard, the old rules of warfare lose meaning. Energy-based barrier systems now protect critical bases and borders with invisible shields. These fields can melt incoming projectiles, deflect drones, and distort sensors. For the first time, defense becomes an active force rather than a passive layer of steel. But when defenses become this powerful, attackers search for even more devastating methods. Artificial battlefield companions are being trained to operate alongside human soldiers. These robot units can carry equipment, map dangerous areas, and even perform medical support under fire. Their presence reduces human risk, but increases dependence on machines. And dependency in war can lead to vulnerabilities no one anticipates. In laboratories around the world, scientists experiment with quantum communication that can transmit unbreakable messages across continents. Once perfected, it could render espionage useless and shift intelligence power overnight. But technologies that cannot be hacked may also create systems that cannot be stopped. And history has shown that anything built to protect can someday be used to destroy. As the global arsenal grows more complex, so does the risk of miscalculation. A glitch, an unexpected signal, or a misread threat could ignite a chain reaction no leader intended. The world now balances on a knife edge between technological mastery and catastrophic failure. And in this fragile new era, the greatest danger may not be the weapons themselves, but how easily they can slip beyond human control. Deep in restricted test zones, weapons capable of manipulating the environment itself are being quietly developed. These systems can alter wind patterns, distort visibility, and disrupt drones with engineered atmospheric pulses. What was once the domain of science fiction is slowly becoming a classified tool of strategic advantage. And each test pushes the boundary of what humanity should control. At the same time, advancements in brain-machine interfaces are reshaping the role of command. Pilots may soon guide multiple aircraft with nothing more than neural signals, eliminating reaction delays entirely. This fusion of human instinct and machine precision creates a soldier unlike any before. But merging mines with weapons introduces risks no one fully understands. In remote training grounds, autonomous ground vehicles maneuver through rough terrain with startling accuracy. They identify threats, select paths, and coordinate attacks with nearby units without awaiting human orders. Their speed and efficiency surpass even seasoned soldiers, turning them into essential battlefield assets. Yet their independence raises an unsettling question. What happens when machines begin making moral decisions humans once made? Covert listening devices now stretch across borders, oceans, and even the upper layers of the atmosphere. They capture vibrations, decode encrypted chatter, and relay intelligence faster than conventional satellites ever could. These invisible sensors reveal movements long before enemies act. But when every whisper becomes evidence, trust between nations erodes even further. Precision microweapons, smaller than insects, infiltrate targets with near untraceable accuracy. They can disable equipment, gather data, or deliver pinpoint strikes inside heavily protected zones. Their miniature size makes them almost impossible to counter with traditional defenses. And their existence challenges the meaning of what a weapon really is. Deepfake technology has entered the battlefield as a new form of psychological warfare. With a single fabricated video or audio clip, entire populations can be misled or destabilized. Information becomes a weapon as powerful as missiles, shaping public opinion before truth can emerge. And in wars of perception, the first casualty is always certainty. Massive underground bunkers now hold weapons with capabilities so advanced that even their silhouettes are classified. Engineers work on machines meant to guarantee survival in worst-case scenarios. Yet their very existence suggests someone expects the worst. These arsenals redefine what nations consider deterrence. But the stronger the deterrent, the greater the fear of the day it must actually be used. Quantum-powered targeting systems are being tested to lock onto moving objects across vast distances with unparalleled precision. No evasive maneuver, no last-minute dive, no countermeasure can escape their calculations. This level of accuracy changes the meaning of pursuit, making escape nearly impossible. And perfection in targeting makes the margin for error terrifyingly small. As the world embraces more automation, more autonomy, and more invisible weapons, the margin between peace and catastrophe narrows. Conflicts may no longer begin with armies gathering on borders, but with silent decisions made by unseen algorithms. Humanity stands at a crossroads where progress and danger move at the same speed. And in this accelerating race, the future of war may arrive long before the world is ready to confront it. High above the clouds, airborne command centers quietly evolve into autonomous decision hubs, capable of coordinating entire fleets without human intervention. These machines process threats, weigh outcomes, and deploy strategies with chilling precision. Their calculations occur faster than any team of analysts working together. And with each update, they move one step closer to replacing human authority entirely. Beneath the Earth's crust, ultra-deep listening arrays detect movements thousands of miles away, sensing vibrations from missile launches, troop shifts, and even underground construction. These silent guardians create a map of global intentions long before leaders announce their plans. Nothing escapes their reach, not even the deepest secrets of rival nations. But a world where every movement is monitored becomes a world where mistrust grows without limit. Meanwhile, anti-satellite weapons drift in orbit, disguised as harmless space debris. They track sensitive targets, waiting for the moment they may be activated with a single encrypted command. A single strike on one vital satellite can plunge continents into communication darkness. And in this fragile chess game, one incorrect move could spark a conflict far beyond Earth itself. In controlled laboratories, chemical compounds are engineered to neutralize electronics on contact, dissolving drones, cameras, and sensors within seconds. These substances transform ordinary battlefield terrain into zones where technology cannot survive. Armies built on digital superiority suddenly find themselves helpless in these dead zones. And when machines fall silent, only chaos remains. Autonomous artillery systems now fire without hesitation, calculating trajectories, impact probabilities, and structural weaknesses in milliseconds. Their shells adapt mid-flight, adjusting guidance to ensure maximum effectiveness. What was once guesswork has become terrifying precision. And with machines pulling the trigger, human emotion no longer slows the pace of war. On distant coastlines, stealth maritime drones glide through the water with almost mythical invisibility. They identify mines, map undersea cables, and shadow enemy vessels for days without being detected. These silent predators transform the ocean into a battlefield where no ship can ever feel safe. And as they multiply, the sea becomes a place where visibility offers no comfort. Advanced camouflage systems now bend light around vehicles and soldiers, making them nearly invisible to the human eye. Entire units can move undetected across open terrain, hidden by adaptive materials that shift color and texture instantly. This level of invisibility changes the meaning of surprise in warfare. And when armies can vanish at will, every horizon becomes a threat. In research labs, scientists experiment with energy direction weapons capable of disabling targets without visible impact. These beams travel silently across vast distances, rendering machinery useless in seconds. Victims may not even know they were attacked until systems begin to fail. And with no explosions, no smoke, and no sound, attribution becomes nearly impossible. As these technologies advance, the world enters an era where the first sign of war may be silence instead of fire. Battles may unfold before civilians even sense a shift, with algorithms making choices in fractions of a second. Power is no longer measured only in soldiers or steel, but in unseen systems that shape outcomes from the shadows. And in this new age of invisible conflict, humanity must ask whether it commands the future or merely survives it.